the harbor. We're doing the 2 hours.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Look at Hong Kong and the Pacific little.
Yeah, our boat is cooler. Oh, there's already a line. It's crazy.
Hello guys, welcome.
Whoa. Hey, there's next to you. Where do you want to sit?
Near the window.
Oh, me too. You want to sit on this side or that side?
That's why there's no problem right now.
Right now, but maybe later.
The only thing is I don't know where to put this.
Is it next to me or?
Oh, probably right there. Hello. Hello. Actually, not that many seats up there.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. There's nothing to see there.
Should we go standing up there?
No, they're sitting.
Oh,
It's really hot out there, so I don't want to be out there.
so there's no shade, right?
No,
That's what I saw.
no shade though.
Flowers up there? No, thank you.
No. I'll die.
Plus, we're not even moving yet.
Yeah. The only good thing about it that maybe you can see both sides. But there's only there's like a limited amount of seats. And here you can kind of go like to the dock over there, to the dock over here. I don't know, they'll lock us in here basically. Hey, if we see something, we go to one side, we'll flip over. It'll be funny. Like it's more taller than wider. How does it stay afloat?
Oh,
Is there like a pontoon on the bottom?
Okay, folks. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard Los Angeles. Just real quick, before we get too far away, a few things of safety. You're a Coast Guard licensed and inspected vessel. So what that means is we have all the necessary life-saving and firefighting equipment on board. Life jackets are located downstairs inside of the main cabin. Underneath the blue bench seating, they'll go on just like a vest or a jacket. A strap goes behind your back, underneath your arms, and they both fasten at the front. We have life rafts located on the upper deck, all the way aft, and they're designed to float freely on their own if needed. We also have fire extinguishers and life rings located throughout the vessel. In the unlikely event of water emergency, please stand by and follow instructions from the crew. Now we do have restrooms on board. They're on the main deck, all the way towards the back. If anything happens to be wrong with one of the restrooms, let's go and let one of our crew members know. Now also please remember, folks, that we are on a boat and we're going to rock and roll a bit, especially once we do get out there in the ocean. So please remember, always safety first. Hold on to the handrails. Watch your footing going up and down the stairs and in and out the doorways. Also remember that there's absolutely no running, climbing, or jumping allowed on board at any time. The last thing we want is for anybody to fall down and get hurt. So this would include climbing up on the railings, standing in the bench type seats, or even sitting on the tables. Both feet need to be on the deck at all times. Now as for crew on board here today, my name is Captain Kevin. On deck today we have Blonde, and downstairs by the snack bar we do have 12. So if anyone would like to purchase anything to drink or something to snack on, maybe a nice cold beer, soda, water, chips, candies, cookies, or anything like that, you can go and see a 12 throughout the trip. She is located downstairs inside of the main cabin. Also on board with us here today, we do have Clive. He is with the Aquarium of the Pacific, and he'll be doing most of the narrating here today. So I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic here in just a few moments. We'll also go ahead and speed up the boat as well once we do get out there to the outer harbor. So if anyone is wearing a hat, I want to hold on to those hats and make sure they're on tight. If anyone should have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Other than that, sit back, relax, make yourselves comfortable, grab a drink, grab something to snack on, and once again, welcome aboard.
So later I will give you a full graph analysis of how, in what case, a boat will tip over, and what case the boat will self-adjusting. It's really the buoyancy center of mass and center of gravity. And I will teach you what is a meta center. And as long as your meta center is above.
Hi, good afternoon everyone, welcome aboard. My name's Clive, I'm from the Aquarium of the Pacific, and I'll be talking about any of the animals that we might see today. Now these are wild animals, and what that means is that it's entirely up to them where they want to be. So we can't really guarantee what species we'll see, where we'll see them, when we'll see them, or even if we'll see them, but hopefully we will have a good trip today. So we'll be looking out for all these animals from the wheelhouse and around the boat, but you can help out with this as well. There are a few good ways of spotting whales from a distance. One is to look for bird activity, which might sound a bit strange if you're looking for whales, but if you see lots of birds flapping around near the surface of the water, and particularly if they're diving in, that means they're feeding. And lots of birds eat the same food that lots of whales eat. So if the birds have found the food, there's quite a good chance that something in the water has found that food as well. If you see lots of splashing, that could be a pod of dolphins. And if we do see dolphins, they're usually good fun. They'll often come up to the side of the boat and have a little play with us. Some of them have a tendency to show off a bit as well, so get your cameras ready for that. It's definitely worth capturing. But the best way to spot one of the bigger whales from a distance is to look for their blow, which is when they come to the surface to breathe. You may have seen that in the cartoons where it looks like a big fountain of water. Well, it's not quite like that, it's more like a burst of mist or spray. But once you see it, it's unmistakable. There's definitely a whale there. So if you do happen to see something before we do, please come and let us know. And we have a special way of doing this as well, because the temptation is to shout, hey, there's one over there. And trust me, when we get out to the open ocean, we're going to be completely surrounded by it over there. So we imagine the boat is a clock. Directly ahead of us is 12 o'clock, directly to the right 3 o'clock, behind us 6 o'clock, and to the left 9 o'clock. And of course we use all the other numbers in between as well. So if you've seen the old war movies, you might be familiar with that method when they talk about enemy bombers at 4 o'clock. Well, with a bit of luck today, it won't be enemy bombers, it'll be whales. And if we are in a group of animals and I want to point out a particular one, I'll use that clock method as well, so you'll know exactly where to look. Okay, so we are just coming out of the LA River. We're going to turn right here past this cruise ship, and as Captain Kevin said, we are going to speed up a bit. Two things happen when we speed up. One is it gets a lot windier. So as Kevin said, please hold on to those hats. If they go in the water, that's it. We don't go back to get them, they are gone. Also, please hold on to your trash or put them in bags, purses, pockets, or in the trash bins. We don't want that going in the water. We want to leave the ocean exactly how we found it. The second thing that happens as we get faster is that it gets a bit cooler. Which, to be honest, in my opinion, is not a bad thing today. It's quite warm on land. But once we get out on the open ocean, it's going to feel cooler still, so get ready for that one. Meanwhile, sit back, relax, enjoy the trip, and hopefully I'll be talking to you again very soon.
You see, a boat is loaded, right? So we have a loaded boat.
Yes.
And a there's part underwater, right? So if you see the part underwater, right, you do the center of gravity or the center of buoyancy of only the boat part underwater, you're gonna have a new centroid of mass, and the entire boat will have another center of gravity that's there. So that's the meta center. So as long as this is below it and they don't wiggle up to a certain degree, the boat will adjust itself. If they wiggle over it, tip over it, it's gonna flip over. So that's why loading the boat is a fluid dynamic.
Yeah, we are surrounded by dolphins, mostly. There's some over at our sort of 8 o'clock coming our way. There's also some up ahead, and some over about half a mile over to our right hand side as well. So a lot of life in this area.
Wow.
Yeah, so these are common dolphins, so there's some just next to us now. These are toothed whales, which all live in pods. Yeah, baleen whales are the other type of whale which do not live in pods. They're fairly solitary, and hopefully we'll get to see a baleen whale a bit later. But yeah, toothed whales, they live together, work together, play together. Incredibly intelligent. They actually have quite a developed language as well. Here they come right up to us. So you see up ahead, there's a lot of splashing up ahead as well. So there's quite a lot of dolphins in this area. Dolphins can use echolocation to find food, a bit like a bat. And the birds follow the dolphins because the birds know the dolphins know where the food is.
They're touching the bottom. They're touching it.
Yeah, there's a lot of them to the side of us as well around our 8 o'clock. Lots of dolphins.
Will?
Okay, pretty cool to see that pod of dolphins. We're actually going to head off now, see if we can find something a bit bigger.
Hey!
I was back there, so many.
I don't know, I've seen them. They came up right to the board out here. It's so cool. Look, they're still here.
Yeah, so they're about 100 yards in front of us at the moment. So they have just taken a dive. When we saw the fluke, that means they dived. They could be down for a few minutes. Or they could fool us and come up a lot earlier. We'll see. So these are humpback whales. They are a baleen whale. If you remember, I told you the dolphins were toothed whales. Baleen whales don't have teeth.
Oh, he's right there.
They have baleen, which are long hairs in their mouth. So they don't feed the way dolphins do. They don't grab their food. They'll open their mouth, take in lots of water with all the fish, then they filter all the water out through that baleen, leaving the fish inside, and that's their food. They'll need a couple of tons of that a day, because these are big animals. These are about 50 feet long, weighing in at approximately 40 tons. Now, I did say earlier that you're fairly solitary animals, but we have two in front of us. They're underwater at the moment, but what they tend to do, they'll swim around on their own, they'll meet up with another one, hang out for a bit, and of course they need to meet another one if they need to reproduce, and then they'll go off on their ways. They don't mate for life or anything like that. They don't have lifelong companions.
Yeah. Whoa, I see it.
Yeah, there's that flow. Going straight ahead, straight away.
It was over there. You can see the blow.
Yeah, the humpback whale tend to eat fish and krill.
you can see him. I think.
You can see those circles, the prints where the whale has been, so hopefully it'll surface again in a moment. Come on, whale, have a breathe.
Where'd he go?
There we go, 11 o'clock. Still near the surface though, so if we get a bit closer again we'll get another good look. You probably want to get a picture of that tail coming out, don't you? That's what you want to see on a whale watch.
I'm getting a lot of pictures of his back.
So big.
Wow. There he goes. Oh. إلا بنطه.
Okay, here we go. Watch for that tail.
Oh.
I just got a bunch of pictures.
It's amazing.
So that again is a dive. That's when they dive down for a few minutes.
What? I'm wondering, the dolphins or the whales ever migrate to different places?
Some do, yeah. A lot of the dolphins tend to hang around this area. Humpback whales go up and down. I don't know how local ones go up and down the coast.
Do they travel like really long distances?
Humpbacks not so much. There are other whales that do. Within the next month we should start seeing grey whales, which come from Alaska down to Mexico. And then back up again. So that's the longest migration.
Oh. What other species do you see here?
We see blue whales in the early summer. We see fin whales, they can turn up almost any time. Same with humpbacks and grey whales in the evening. They don't get until about March, April. And then we do get other occasional things like minke whales. Very occasionally an orca, very occasionally a sperm whale.
Oh.
But dolphins are here most of the time, common dolphins, bottlenose dolphins, sometimes Riso dolphins. Yeah, we like the area here.
Oh, here? Yes. I told you he was British.
Yeah, we are passing a few more dolphins on our way. So we're not stopping, we saw dolphins earlier and obviously we do have to make our way back. But pretty cool to see more of these dolphins. There are lots of things pods around. In fact, if you look over at 2 o'clock in the distance, you see a lot more over there. Huge amount of activity over there as well. So yeah, lots of food in the ocean today. We've got the dolphins, we've got the whales, we've got the birds. I think there's even a sea lion or two there as well. There you go, right at the front should be getting a good view. Some of them are swimming right at the bow there. porpoising behaviour, see, where they're jumping out the water. That saves them energy. They want to get somewhere in a hurry, there's less friction in the air than in the water, so great way to travel. You see some of them are interested in us, they're coming to say hello. We got yet another lot of feeding just over at our 11 o'clock. But yeah, these are very, very curious animals, these dolphins. They do come and have a look, they do want to know about us, they do want to learn about us. In fact, they've probably just paid for their human watch. Yeah, there's even more dolphins, they're everywhere, just look around you, they're all over the place. What a great day. Dolphins spread out a very, very long way. Looking over around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Huge, huge, huge numbers of dolphins.
That's insane.
Did enjoy the trip out there today. Did think the crew did a good job. They have a little dinky jar, a little tip jar there on the way off the boat. Of course, that is never mandatory, but very much appreciated. Also, on behalf of Harbor Breeze Cruises and your crew members, I'd like to take this time and thank everyone for coming out with us today. And we do hope you guys enjoy the shaft right here in downtown Long Beach.